Peace and high frequencies, everybody. Blackfit Witch, and definitely the Dream Oracle is in today. I wanted to go live because what I'm going to share is a series of three different dreams. I wanted to sit down, take my time with these dreams because I want to go back and listen to it. I need to go back later on and listen to these dreams because it was a lot going on. So I want to take my time and reveal. I also had a name that came to me and just various locations. So just like in the title, the first dream, I was in Germany. I woke up, went back to sleep. I was in Argentina. I woke up and went back to sleep. I was in the Middle East. And the first dream is when I first went to bed. I went to sleep last night. I would say it had to be 1 o'clock, round about one, because I know my son left round about midnight or close to midnight. So I think I went to sleep around about midnight, 1 o'clock. I turned everything off. I didn't listen to anything going into the dream state, like I was saying I did the other day. I just went to sleep. And I first started off going to sleep on my left side. So, according to the book, you all know I talk about the Tibetan dream book, yoga, dream book of yoga, whatever it's called. I can't never remember the real name. Um, but I shared it before. It talks about the women sleeping on their right side and then on their left side, and men sleeping on their right side, and then balancing in the middle. So it talks about red, blue, and white. And you all can look at it. It's in the book, and I think I've shared it on YouTube or Instagram before. And so when I went to sleep, I ended up in what felt like Germany. I was in this small, I think it was like an apartment or it was like a small home. But it definitely felt like it was an apartment because there were a lot of other connecting um, homes and families I could hear. Now, I was with a group, it was two older people. They were older than me. They went in the front of the apartment and they were hiding, and we had it, all the lights were out. And me and it was this child, we were like in the back end of the apartment where it was some bunk beds. It looked like bunk beds. And so I was trying to show the child where to hide it, but the child kept coming down. She wouldn't be still. She didn't really understand what was going on. Then I could hear the Nazis. I could hear the Nazis like going into others' homes. I could hear them going into other people's homes. So I was like, okay, they're close. They was like right next door. And so I grabbed the little girl. We ended up on the floor right underneath the bunk beds. And I was like, you small enough to slide under here and just stay still and be quiet. By the time I was trying to do that, they had came in. I was like an adult. I was too big to slide up on because the beds was like about this much off the ground, y'all. I could get some of my body underneath it, but I couldn't get a lot of my body. My legs were still out when they came in, and I was trying to just be still so they wouldn't hear me. And so the child would be still, and they wouldn't catch the child, and they caught me. When they caught me, I remember I had on a military camouflage uniform. I was trying to disguise myself as U.S. military. And so I got up. They told me to get up. And and then they was speaking in German. And for whatever reason, like I could understand it. And so I told them that I was with the U.S. military. And so they was like, what? So I remember them like contacting someone within their I would say branch or whatever you call, because Nazi, I don't even know what the fuck you call Nazi. But anyway, I heard them. He was giving orders to the other military guy that was with him with the Nazis and telling them to see if this was real, da 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 da. And they were speaking all in German, y'all. I don't even know, schleddle, something, whatever they were saying. I remember in a dream, I could understand what they were saying. So I'm just giving you, it was in German, but I'm just giving you, of course, in English what they were saying. And so it goes on to, I don't know what was said on the connection or the call. They come back to me and they make me get down on the floor where I was. So I get back down on the floor on my back. And then the other Nazi had this long, it was like this long gun. And at the end of it, I could see the barrel at the end, and it was brown. It was huge. And I remember him like hitting me with it. And he was walking back and forth. I heard him walking back and forth. And I was just scared. And then he pulled out a drawer and he said, put your foot in this drawer. Put your foot in this drawer. So I put my foot in the drawer and he closed it. And what he was trying to do was break my ankles. And I was like, okay, he's trying to break my ankles. So he put my foot in the drawer. He closed it. And then he walked back around. And I remember him bringing the gun like right around to my face, this long barrel gun. And then I woke up. And I woke up, I'm like, oh my God, I was just in a Nazi terrorist situation. And I thought about it. I'm like, there were Black people in Germany who were killed, who were, tortured, that is also part of our history that a lot of people don't talk about because they mainly focus on the Jews and the Holocaust. But there were Black people, there were Africans, there were other nationalities that were in Germany during that time. And for sure, I know, and I'm going to go through, more of a divination process on what it all means for me. It definitely felt like an experience in a past life that I probably had before, that I just now coming to my remembrance. And so it was definitely, something else. I'm drinking my coffee, you all. My mushroom coffee. Ooh, my little light on the phone. My mushroom coffee. I wake up, I go back to sleep. Now, this time I go back to sleep, it's totally different. I am with royal family. I'm in royal family. We've been traveling. We're in Argentina now. Reason being, I know it was Argentina because it was stated in the dream that we was in Argentina. And it was two royal families we were with. Now it goes in and out, and it's a bit tricky. When we first arrived, I remember first arriving there and seeing Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was escorted. He had like people, guards, whatever around him. He was escorted. He needed to go to the restroom, but they wouldn't let him go by himself. He was escorted with a guard, and then somebody else that I was with and part of my entourage had to go to the restroom. And then they said, okay, you'll have to go when we take him. So they asked me, did you? I was like, no, because I want to go through all of that. So they came back around. That was the one and only time that I saw Kobe Bryant. It was weird because I'm, like I told you all before, I'm not a sports fan. So it's weird that he even popped up into the dream. So we come back around. Next thing I know is that I am talking to two people. These people feel like astral travelers, family tribe with me. And one of them writes their name down for me. Now, this is how I recall her writing her name. And I'm interpreting it as Mia or Ma. MA. So I was in the dream and it was just a dot right there. It wasn't a line, it was just an M dot up here. It was a dot up here and an A. And this is how she wrote it. And she wrote it in my book. I had this pink book. And she said, this is how you contact me. She said, because once we leave here, we all need to stay in contact. So she said, I'm gonna give you my information. At first, I thought she was talking to the other astral traveler I was with, and she was like, no, I'm talking to you too. And then she wrote down some information, and she wrote down what I'm saying is Mia, but I don't know. That's the name that she wrote down. Ma, Mia, May, Ma. That's the name that she wrote down and gave to me and put it in my book. And I was like, okay. And from there, I'm with the royal family again. So now I'm sitting in this huge, like, castle home. It's huge, you all. Fairy tale huge. And so we're in the living room. And I remember the royals, the older royals talking, but I was with the children, or like teenagers. And so I'm assuming in this dream, I was younger in age too. I was probably, a teenager or whatever. And they was having a conversation, and there were all different types of artifacts. It was all over the room. It was just filled with all different types of artifacts. But the children were making like remarks about culture and about my culture. And I knew I was Black and African in this dream because afterwards I remember talking to the family I was with. I'm assuming they were my parents. And I'm telling them that I wanted to leave. I wanted to go to Africa. I wanted to be around our own artifacts. I wanted to bring them some of our own artifacts because the only artifacts they had was artifacts from Argentina. They didn't have anything else. And they're acting like their artifacts and everything that they had is better than what we have. And I remember that. I remember seeing a huge gold trumpet. I remember seeing different vases, different color vases and vases, and just all different types of artifacts was in this room. It was filled with it. They had so many different like collections of items in the home, and it was just adorned in this. So I remember that part. This is all in the Argentina dream. Being with the royal family, seeing those artifacts, wanting to leave, wanting to go back to Africa. Because when I was saying that, I was having flashbacks of Africa and our artifacts there, and I wanted to bring them there. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't even like how they were treating me and how they were talking about our culture as if it wasn't as important as theirs. And so then I wake up. So I wake up again. Now, okay, I've been to Germany. I've been to Argentina. I've met Mia. And now I am woke here in this waking state. And so I'm like, wow, so much was going on. So I scroll on my phone. I did my YouTube divination. And the first thing that I see is my Todd Chia's community post about the Hun Soul. And so in his post, he talks about how we need to, when we go to sleep at night, we need to be in the dark space, and we need to make sure that we have our liver in balance and harmony so it can work in conjunction with the other organs, and that we can intentionally call forth what we want to experience in the dream state so we can bring it forth here. So he was talking about laying on the left side. On the right side. Remember, I went to sleep laying on the left. And this time he was talking about laying on the right. So I lay on my right side and I started to balance my liver. I bring all of my organs, my 5 major organs, into balance and harmony. I send them healing energy and light. And I'm doing this the entire time as I go back to sleep. So this time I go to sleep, I'm in the Middle East. In the Middle East, I was with Arabic people. I remember it felt like I was visiting once again. And this time it felt like I dropped in. I didn't even really know why I was there, what was going on. Hey, Divine Connection 228. What's going on, sis? And I really didn't know why I was there and what was going on. But I remember being around more groups of different Arabic people, but I really didn't feel comfortable with them either. It was similar to how I was with the royal families in Argentina. So I'm there, and there's so many different things going on. And I'm like, man, I'm just ready to go. I don't want to even really be here. They had a whole lot of moving parts. Again, we were in this big old house. And we were on this land that was owned by some type of dignitary, not sure who he was. But he took a liking to me. And he said, I'm going to get you some clothes. Follow me. I want to give you some clothes that you can change and put on these clothes. And so he walked me down through the home, which felt like we was going down to a basement. It was like cracked wood. I had to swing around different parts of the wood so I wouldn't fall through. It was like it was different. It was almost felt like it was like so old and it needed to be renovated, but he was used to it and that's how they lived. And he took me and he gave me this black uniform outfit to put on. And as we was walking, he was talking to me. He said, my fiance likes me to do this and da 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 da. And I was like, it's weird that he was talking about his fiance because he was really like sending me flirtation vibes and energy. But I stayed certain paces away. And in my mind, I also was like, they take on multiple wives. And for him to be giving me clothes is almost like he's trying to bring me in to be one of his concubines. So he gives me the clothes. He tells me to change. Now I'm getting ready to go change and I'm still having a conversation with him. I cannot remember what we were talking about. But then there was this other lady who lived in the house and there was a group of other women and they wanted me to do some stuff. And I was like, I can't go over there with you. I'm talking to him. And he's the dignitary of the house. How dare I cut off the conversation with him to talk to you all? So then somebody else comes up to me and gives me this baby. And I'm just like, I can't, why y'all giving me this baby? Like he wants me to change clothes. I got to do all this stuff. Why you giving me this baby? So I take the baby anyway. The lady said, you don't have to have the baby long. Just I'm going to get him, once you go upstairs to change, don't worry about it. So I take the baby. I go back through all of these little nooks and crannies in the house, what I was telling you, the wood area. I go back upstairs and I have my outfit to change. They come get the baby. I'm putting on the outfit and the outfit doesn't fit. And well, the outfit fits, but it's not loose. It fits like lingerie. So he comes back up and he says, do you have the outfit on? I was like, yeah, but I can't wear this around here. And he was like, let me see. And I showed him, he was like, oh, wow, oh my goodness, like that. And I was like, yeah, I can't wear this. It was like real lingerie. It turned into like a whole, it looked like pants with a flap in between. Once I put it on, it turned into like a type of fishnet lingerie outfit. So I was like, I cannot wear this. I can't do this. So then I just remember waking up. So those are the kinky. Those are the three dreams. Me being terrorized by the Germany Nazis as a Black woman. And I think I possibly got tortured and murdered because once he moved the barrel in front of my face and shot, I feel like he shot the gun. That was it. The second dream was me being in Argentina, seeing all these artifacts, but them demeaning the African culture and me ready to go home. And of course, seeing Mia and her writing her name like this, M.I. It also almost looks like force equals mass time acceleration. Y'all remember when I put that up? I think it was last week. Force equals mass times acceleration. It looks like that. This is how she wrote her name. Very interesting. But in the dream, I was calling her Mia. And Mia felt like it was like she told me that's how she wants me to stay in contact with her. She said, stay in contact with me. Give you my information. and her name was Mia. And then the last one, of course, was the Arab that wanted to give me lingerie, that wanted me to be a part of his concubine, and it was very weird. Um, but those were the three dreams, y'all. Before I go, ladies, I definitely wanted to share this. I'm always sharing books. I wanted to share this with any ladies who haven't got this Queen of Fool book. This is Sacred Woman. I read this book back in 2016. I highly suggest like you create like a women's circle or read it with friends. I know I've read it with friends. I've read it by myself, and I also use it kind of like the meta when you can always go back in and out and just do certain things that the book offers when guided and needed. Does womb meditation. It gives you baths. It goes through so many different things. Queen of Four did an excellent job with this book. And this is the Sacred Woman book by Queen of Four. So, of course, you can get it on her website. I paid $20 for it. You can get it online. You can get it on Amazon, I believe. But I definitely suggest you get it from Queen of Four herself. Of course, like I told you before, I am drinking my mushroom coffee in my Queen Bee mug. And I'm getting ready to do some work today. I got to finish up some work in my course, but I definitely wanted to get those dreams out because for me, especially the Nazi dream, with me being a Black woman, trying to disguise myself as U.S. military and get out. And of course, they knew it wasn't true, and they end up, killing me. And I feel like when it blacked out and I woke up, I feel like that was me being killed. That's why every time my dream like blacks out, even with the dream that I shared with you all, with me being injected in my brain with the needle and me trying to hold on to my memories and it fade away and I wake up, I feel like that's the death. I feel like that's when I die. I feel like that's kind of like what death is, when you just, you just fade away and then you go into nothingness. That's as much as, and then I come back here in this dream state. So it's so weird to me. We really don't know what real is. We really don't know what life is. All of it is just creating, I guess, memories and thoughts and a summation of everything we went to and trying to make it, what it is. But we don't know what life really is and existence is, because when I dream, I have so many dreams. And experiences that feel like past lives. And I feel like I'm reliving different parts of past lives. I woke up and I had to look up Argentina, and I had to look up, is there a royal family in Argentina? And it actually is. There is a royal family in Argentina. I think I pulled up, her name is Maxima, Queen. Pull it up for y'all. There is a royal family. And I was like, oh, okay. Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, the wife of King William Alexander, Argentine by birth. So I don't know where my bloodline goes in regards to Argentina. I've never had any connection to Argentina. I've never even wanted to visit that place. But for whatever reason, Germany and Argentina popped up in my dream last night, as well as the Middle East. The Middle East comes a lot, but the Netherlands and Argentina, Argentina and Germany, this is the first time. So I looked into that this morning when I first woke up. Definitely Queen Maxima of the Netherlands and Argentina. So, like I said, you look at this dream message. Of course, if anything comes to you with my spirit guide, Mia, that's what she called her name, Mia. But I know it looks like, for math people like me, it look like math times acceleration, or it can also look like mine, looks like different things. Whatever it looks like to you, share. And I'm getting ready to get to work, y'all. So as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me on Blackfoot Witch the Dream Oracle. Um, thank you so much, King. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening. These dreams come to me. I try to share them as vivid verbally as possible, that I can give them to connect you with what I have seen in my mind's eye, because they can be extremely vivid. So I try to choose words and give you movements and colors and outfits and locations that can give you more of an understanding of what I'm seeing and project it into your mind's eye. So therefore, you can share the messages that you receive. 1212, yay. So as always, I leave you in peace and high frequencies, everybody.